Hey guys, it's Nimbus. I am back today with another video. As always, it is free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. I will stop saying that when I do not have to say it anymore. I want nothing more than to see a free Palestine in my lifetime. I mean that. And again, I cannot stress enough how much I mean that from the river to the sea is not a death sentence for Jewish people. It is a death sentence for Israel, the state of Israel. Y'all have to stop equating Zionism with Judaism. Jews and Zionists are not the same. There are Jewish people who are Zionists, but if they were truly Jewish, they would know that Zionism goes against the religion completely. So, again, we're in the situation of there's people who have read the text, we'll call it, because Bible thumpers do this all the time. There's people who have read the text and run around misquoting it, misreading it, acting like it's the word. Zionism is misconstruing the words of Judaism and making it this whole brand new thing, which hate isn't new. But we have to remember that the hate is taught and that the hate isn't, it's not natural, it's manufactured. It's you're mad about what somebody else told you and applying it to a whole group of people and acting like every single one of those people did what you're mad about. I guarantee you what is it now, 12,000, 13,000 children that have been murdered. You're telling me that all of them, every single one of them, even the infants who were just born days before they were killed, they were about to shoot y'all with a grenade launcher, with a rocket launcher, with an AK-47. Are you fucking kidding me? Babies in the NICU. You're telling me that they're gonna attack you? But this is all in the name of Judaism, right? When I was a kid, one of the main things that I ever learned from Judaism, I grew up Catholic and Jewish, one of the main things was the importance of family and the importance of love. And like truly, because every family get together, there's the people who love to throw down in the kitchen, there's the people who want to talk at the dining room table, and then there's the people who want to run around outside. Every family function. I'm sure there's more spots, but I was only ever really in those three spaces. So like, but what doesn't make sense to me is this whole idea of they were gonna get us, so we gotta get them first. How do y'all not see that as manipulative? How do y'all not see that as problematic? Like, y'all are running around chasing nothing. Like, not even chasing a ghost. Y'all are chasing nothing. Y'all let loose pigs named numbered 1, 3, and 4, and y'all are looking for pig number 2 when it's not there and there's only 3 pigs. Bro, like, I'm so serious. Okay, well, that was actually a pretty good analogy. But y'all are running after something that's not there. Y'all are running after a scapegoat. Y'all are running after something that y'all are acting like is just going to be the end all be all, and it's not. And I don't even want to say if, because it's not going to happen. But what, do y'all think it's going to stop there? Do y'all really think it's going to stop there? They're already bombing everywhere else too. They're already bombing Lebanon. They're already bombing Syria. I mean, come on. It's not going to stop. This is a white supremacist colonial project. That's what this is. I don't care how else you decide to try to spin it. You can't. All y'all want to do is run around claiming victim, and all y'all can do is run around and murder innocent people. That's what y'all been doing this whole time. And I understand there's Israelis who are good and they refuse to go in the draft, and that's good on them. Good on them. Because they recognize what is actually happening. They recognize, and they don't want to be a part of a genocide. They don't want to be the ones who killed a whole family. They don't want to be on the front lines of this at all. And they shouldn't have to be. Not on somebody else's war. For somebody else's bullshit that they can't fucking solve on their own. At this point, government officials need to just start fighting in a boxing ring. Y'all need to stop with putting everybody's life in jeopardy just because y'all want something else. I don't understand why somebody gets to be in office and they get to play with everybody's life. Politics, one thing, sure. Not agreeing on something, sure. When it comes to how much money in a budget for something, not how many children should be murdered today. We should be worried about kids getting free school lunches, not about banning fucking TikTok. We should be worried about the kids who have to go to school every day in this country without food, without a safe place to go in the first place because they're scared of shootings, and countless other things. And y'all sit here acting like your problem is drag queens, TikTok. We know why TikTok is getting banned. We know. They don't like the fact that we can organize. They don't like that we can talk to each other across the country, across the world. They don't like that. They don't like that TikTok isn't a centralized news source. They don't like that you can get all types of correct information on TikTok. Why do you think you got Israel trying to buy it? Why do you think you got a whole group of congressmen trying to buy it? What do you think they're trying to do? I need y'all to start doing critical thinking. I need y'all to start using your common sense. I need y'all to start doing some research. I need y'all to start doing stuff. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta notice that we are not in a good place right now. We are not heading towards exactly what we thought this was. This is not going to be flying cars and self-tying shoelaces. We are living the dystopian world that we were taught to be afraid of. We are living in the world that birthed the Hunger Games. We are living in the world that birthed Divergent. We are living in the world that birthed Maze Runner. Do y'all not see this? The second the protagonist is centered and they're not white, y'all just don't care anymore. The second it's real life and it's not a white person, y'all just turn it off. Y'all just fucking turn it off, and it does not make sense. These are the same people who run around claiming, oh, I'm a feminist, I'm an activist, I'm all these different things. Speak up. Do something. Talk about it. You talk this great game about how much you talk and speak up about this shit, then speak up. Do something. But now we magically don't know what to say. Now we magically have nothing to say. Of course. Free Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Period. Free Sudan. Free the Democratic Republic of Congo. Free Syria. Free Lebanon. Free Haiti. Free Puerto Rico, free Hawaii, free Kurdistan, free Waziristan. Free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. I think, for the sake of me not giving myself a heart attack, I am going to move on for the day. Yeah. Let's get started breathing. Otherwise, go ahead and skip ahead and you get right to the reading. If you guys do want to breathe with me today, let's put our hands flat down on our on the table in front of us, or flat down in our lap. Go ahead and put your feet flat down on the floor and sit up straight as best as you can. And we are going to open up your chest a little bit. Going to try to roll your shoulders back a little bit and just keep them back. Keep your shoulders and chest open. Breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And it's going to be about a count of 4. We're not going to hold it. We're not going to do anything crazy. Just in on 4, out on 4. If you need to breathe faster or slower, go ahead and do that. Don't hurt yourself. Don't feel pressured to, if you need to take another breath, it's not the end of the world. You're not gonna, it's not gonna mess up the meditation or anything. Breathing is important. Breathing is kind of essential for meditation. So I would advise you to do that if you need to, regardless of where I am in my breath or where you think you should be. If you need to take a breath, go ahead and take a breath. All right, guys, so we're going to close our eyes now and get started. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, last one. And out. Go ahead and breathe normally and keep your eyes closed. Release any tension that you may have from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. You can do whatever you want. I just like to do some neck rolls, both directions. Switch. Again, you can do whatever you want. And then I like to do some shoulder rolls, forward and backwards. Switch. And then I just like to shake out my arms and shake out my legs. If you got space. Don't hurt yourself and don't hurt anything else. Only saying that because I almost kicked my desk over the other day. But release any tension. 3, 2, 1. Alright, coming back. Go ahead and take one more deep breath in. And out. Go ahead and open your eyes slowly and go ahead and breathe normally. If you guys need more time, go ahead and pause it now. Otherwise, we are going to get started. So today we are going to use the Tarot of Trees along with the Pride message and the Sweary affirmation. Since it's Monday, March 18th today as I am filming, so tomorrow is the spring equinox on March 19th, Tuesday. So we're going to do just kind of like a spring equinox message, just to kind of see what we need to know, what's going to come up, you know, what could be in store for this springtime. I think that'll be good. So yeah. So without any further ado, let's get started. If you guys would like to, my website is open. It is NimbusThePoet.com. If you guys would like to book any one-on-one readings, I am donating a portion of what I make from my readings to various organizations. I'm going to start with the PCRF in Palestine, and probably also the Care for Gaza in Palestine as well. Also, EyesOnSudan.net and Focus Congo, I believe. All of them have websites. I highly recommend you go check those out. Also, if you guys would like to tip me today, I want to ask you guys to join me in donating as well. Just take that money, whatever you guys wanted to donate, or whatever you guys wanted to tip me, rather, I apologize, and go ahead and just donate it to wherever you would like to. I'm not going to tell you where to donate. The places that I just listed are just places that I've looked into and kind of like how it sounds, so, you know. With these charities, I always worry about lining the rich people's pockets first, and then how, you know, stuff trickles down to the people who need the help. That's what I'm trying to avoid my money going towards. So I like to double, triple, quadruple check and make sure. But those places seem to be pretty good, and those places will probably be the ones that I end up donating to. But yeah. Anyway, with that being said, let's get started. That came out pretty quick. That was the first card. Okay, and that flipped over too. Okay, let's see what this is. Oops. We got the inverted tree, or the hanged man, reversed. And then the other card that came out, you know, flipped over as I was still shuffling, the Queen of Swords upright also came out. So it feels like there's something that you're kind of trying to let go, but I wonder if like your ego is kind of getting in the way. Like you're really trying to let something go, but there's just something. Yeah, that the Devil reversed was flipped over in the deck. The Devil reversed. There's definitely something that's trying to keep you. Like there's something binding you. Not necessarily to a person, but it almost feels like to an experience, or like to a way that you think, or something like that almost. The Nine of Wands just came out as well. Nine of Wands is definitely like, look at how it's like coming out of a tree. You know, like it's trees like growing out of another tree. So you have to have, like, you will get over these obstacles and you will get through them, but you have to believe that you can first. It's not just going to happen for you and then you're like, huh, wow. Like you have to like know that you can do it and then do it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. You got to know, yeah. The fulfillment, the abundance, it's coming in for you, but you have to be willing to, yeah. And like even with the Nine of Wands, with completion, like the obstacles are always going to be there. There's always going to be something to jump over. There's always going to be something to slide through. There's always like something, you know what I mean? And we can't just let it get to us because it's just another thing today. Like we have to do the same thing that we would always do to actually try to get over. Right. Five of Cups. Five of Cups. We got these two up here, and we're sitting here crying about these spilled on the ground. Yes, it's upsetting that we lost something, but loss is almost inevitable. You're going to lose something at some point. And as unfortunate as that is, we get blessed with other things that come in and take that place. You know what I mean? If we lose things, it's because we don't need them anymore. It's because there's been something that happened that we don't need to be involved with, or unfortunately on the flip side, maybe it's something that we didn't pay attention to and we were oblivious to. But at the same time, we can't be dwelling in what could have been when it's not happening, because then we get into too many what ifs. We dwell in the past and we're not focused on, well, we're not focused on the future at all, but we're really not in the present. We're not grounded in the moment. We're not experiencing life. We're re-experiencing stuff that we should have done in the past. Well, experiencing stuff that we should have done in the past, or re-experiencing what we did in the past. But like, that loss isn't just, it's not supposed to just be heartbreak. This is you 555. This is you lost something that you didn't need anymore. Like, you really didn't need that anymore. Like, yes, the branches broke, but the branches were probably getting killed off because of what was in those cups. Say you were just accepting energy from anybody. Say you were just, not cleansing your whatever it was. I don't know. I don't have any specifics. I don't know. It's like holding your hand over a candle. Like, you can do it for a minute and you'll be fine. But like put your hand really on that candle, or like hold it there for 10 minutes. You're not gonna. You'll be in a little bit of pain. You know what I mean? There will be pain there. And that's because you're sitting there saying like, oh no, it's fine, I'm fine. And the whole time it's that meme with the dog, and he's sitting there with the coffee cup and he's smiling, and it's like, I'm fine. But it's like all fire around him. Seven of Swords flipped out before. Yeah, I mean, there's always the chance that something isn't gonna go the way that you planned it. There's always gonna be the chance that something falls through. It's annoying. It's frustrating. There's things that we wish that would just work for us, but sometimes they just don't. That's not a statement against us. That's just, you don't need it anymore, or it's just something along those lines again. Like, it's just not for you anymore. Like, yes, we're comfortable with these things. Yes, we want to keep these things because we know them. Yes, whatever else. But once these things get to be a hindrance, or like more of an issue than it does help, then you kind of have to go back and figure out what is it that has to change. Like, whatever. Oh, this was flipped over. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, completion. The and it's springtime. We got the stuff growing in the roots. I mean, what more do you need? No, but seriously, the picture is a full tree, so it's not just like what's growing underneath, but this is showing you that the abundance is ready to come through. The abundance is there for you, but you have to make these decisions in order to move past these things that bind you up, that keep you addicted, that keep you wanting more of an obstacle, wanting more of these issues, craving the toxicity. Because then that way, once you get over that and get through that, you'll be able to hold on. Well, not okay. You won't be able to hold on, one card at a time, please, Spirit. You won't be able to hold on to everything that you want, but you'll be able to well, one, better understand what is for you and what's not for you, and two, understand what will lead to a toxic environment. What would lead to me losing my arm, you know, if I hold on to this for so long? What would lead to my cup being poisoned if I hold on to this for too long? You know what I mean? Because to me, this wasn't like perfectly good water that got spilled. This was poison that has been bad for a long time. This didn't just happen. You know what I mean? Tree limbs don't just fall off. You know what I mean? They gotta be, you know, high wind or already dying. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just gonna fall apart. Okay, that was fun. Okay, we got the Four of Cups. That was weird. It like popped out. It like stayed on the deck for a second as, okay, one card at a time, please, Spirit. It came out of the card, or out of the deck, and then it balanced on top for a second, and then it like jumped to over on my wrist and stayed there for a second. Anyway, Four of Cups. Like with all of this, there's like a need for your discernment to really be there. And there might almost be this like aversion to what you're being asked to do, but it's really... like, and you might not be able to see what's at the end of what's after this, because there's a lot of other stuff going. The moon reversed was in the middle of the deck. There's a lot of illusions going on. There's a lot of other stuff happening. There's a lot of other stuff that's playing into what you're feeling, which would mean that there's a lot of extra energies around and a lot of extra things happening around you that don't necessarily need to involve you, is how I'm going to put that. So take it how you will. With the moon card coming out reversed, with the illusions, they're like, and this is why it gets so annoying for a lot of people when they're trying to unlearn and relearn things, because it's this feeling and this period of time of everything just really slows down. You really have to take it one step at a time. And it feels like nothing's happening, and it feels like you're never going to get there, and it feels like everything's crumbling around you. But this is to make everything apparent to you. It's not to fuck you up. It's not to make you not want to go forward. It's to make everything apparent for you. It's shining that light on, it's the moon. Fine, it doesn't have its own light, but it's shining its own light on these illusions and pointing them out to you. And yes, with that, when our shadows become illuminated, of course, we're not happy about that. We don't want to see those things. That's why there are shadows. That's why we don't want to think about them. But at some point, that shadow is going to come out, and you're going to get triggered by something, and it's not going to be good. You know what I mean? That's why you got to know yourself, and you really got to sit with yourself and love yourself and really, because yeah, exactly. Exactly. The Magician. You got everything that you need. You have all the tools that you need. Whatever you need to do, you can do it. But you first have to believe that you can do it, and then you have to go through and figure out what problems there are, what other issues you may have, what other triggers there may be. This isn't just a one and done, now you're good kind of thing. This is a constant, it's a journey, it's a healing process. It's not like I said, one and done. You can't just done, I'm good. Like, something's gonna happen. And it's not necessarily, that's not like a threat though either. That's like actually something will happen, and something that nobody's gonna be happy about. But my point being is that no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you end up going through, you will keep being this, I know what I can do, and as long as I believe that I can still do it, I'll be fine. I'll be able to make everything that I need to make. I'll be able to get everything that I need to get. It's snowing and they're still producing the pinnacles off the tree. Trees are usually like dormant in the winter. I don't want to say dead because they're not really dead. Trees are usually dormant so they don't grow in the winter, right? You know what I mean? And sometimes this is stuff that we take from our last whatever, you know, from our last relationship, from our last career. Whoa. Please, one card at a time. You know, and we take ideas from everywhere and kind of apply them everywhere else. You know what I mean? I don't know if that came out correctly. Let's get our next message. What's our next card? Okay. We got the Five of Swords. And again with the loss, stuff happens, shit happens. I mean, like, stuff that we enjoy, stuff that we love, stuff that it all ends up falling away at some point. And that's not to be morbid, that's just to be realistic. Like, some of these things just cannot last you for the rest of your life. Some of these things are just not sustainable. But that's also not to say like the loss is just going to be immeasurable. You're never going to be able to replace it. Like, again, you'll be, the abundance is coming back to you. Like, it's not just never showing up again for you. You got the Magician card. You have everything that you need. You just have to put it to work. You have to actually know what to do and how to use these things. And no matter what, you have to trust that you know what to do as well. The Empress reversed. And we can't keep giving our power away, acting like everything that happens is just an attack on us and the worst thing ever. A lot of the time, the things that we go through, the stressful things that we go through are to teach us how to not stress so much. They're to try, I should say. They try to teach us how not to stress so much in the moment. You know what I mean? Because these things, they're very... I'm not here to judge or tell you it's not stressful, because it is. I'm not even going to act like it's not stressful. I don't know what is going on for sure. But I know that stress is stress, and that once it comes up, there's a reason for it. But we can't just let that stress get the best of us. We have to figure out how to either transmute it and use it for something else, or just release it and let it go. Because no matter what, whenever we sit there and we act like, oh, nothing's bothering me, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, and the entire time we're triggered, it essentially turns into, like, you know, your heart rate's elevated, you're red in the face, you know, you're angry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's not frustrating, but a lot of the times we put ourselves in those situations. We put ourselves in those things because we think that it's the right way to go, or because we want stability or whatever, or the things that we perceive as stability, because we've known them for so long, or because we've dealt with these things for so long. How can we go deal with anything else? Like that kind of thing. Like, but it's really important to remember that once these illusions come up, and once you can see through them, like actually, truly, Page of Cups, bro. What? Page of Cups. These obstacles exist, as I've been saying. These obstacles exist, But no matter what, there's knowledge and there's things that you can apply to get through these things and to actually make it a more pleasurable experience, if that makes sense. We got the death card reversed. Talk about spring equinox. It might almost feel like you're sleepwalking. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know how when you have it, well, okay, I don't want to say like, you know how when, because I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but whenever I have a dream, when I'm in the dream, there's like it's like there's a weird filter on, on my brain or something. And that's kind of what I'm getting right now. Like, it's this really like airy and like kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's really like a filter is put like over everything, and that's what I'm looking through. I mean, like, I can see everything clearly. That's not the point. It's like, you know how in shows when they show like a flashback or a dream and like the edges of the screen are all like wispy and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I probably sound crazy as fuck right now. Like, that's really what it feels like. Like, there's been this energy of like just kind of like going through the motions, hoping that tomorrow will be better, and the whole time what's been needed of you was for you to kind of like shake it off and like wake up and like snap out of it. Like, you gotta like, you know, at some point and just be like, okay, try this again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's see what our pride message is today. Gonna get 3 cards, 1 card at a time as usual. Somebody's saying, remember who you are. Somebody needs to really remember who they are. And it might feel like you're sleepwalking. Okay, it might feel like you're sleepwalking because you're not quite, you're not here, you know? Okay. Take that however it resonates. Do not force that. I don't know who that was for. What is our prime message? Spirit. Thank you. 2 more cards, please. And oh. And 1 more. Okay, so we got openness. Just because it isn't talked about doesn't mean it isn't real. If you let yourself be open, you offer others a window to learn more about you. Yeah. And that goes back to what I always say about the being authentic. People love the authenticity of people. People love to see other people enjoying being themselves. Not putting on a mask, not doing this crazy ass facade, just being themselves. People can sense that. People can see that. People can see your glow. People can feel that. That's why when you walk into a room, you light it up. People know you're there before you even open your mouth, before you even get out of the car. People know that you're about to show up. Just because you're authentic. And people love that. Too many people might love that because everybody's going to be after you at that point. But it's not to the point to scare you. It's because everybody on some level does want to heal. It's about whether or not they want to do the work. So when people show up and they're toxic and we're like, no, I can't help you, That's all it is. Like, I don't have what you need. Like really. And a lot of people will take that as like, oh, so you just don't want to help me. And it's like, no, it's not that I don't want to help you. It's that I don't have the help that you're looking for. I don't have the help that, well, one, my guide said no. So, no. You know? Mom, can I go play at my friend's house? No. My mom said no, so I gotta stay home. Like, dead ass. That's like literally, that's like literally what it is at this point. Like, my mom said no, so I can't. Like, and it's not, again, it's not to be mean. It's just like, some people are open to the gifts that you have, and other people want to exploit them. Everybody's probably going to be open to the help and open to the energy of having some like fresh, good energy around. But like, not everybody's going to have the best intentions about it. That's why your discernment is so important. That's why getting rid of these toxic things and letting the opportunities build, that's why that's so important. Because once that happens, I promise you, you got that fulfillment coming in. You got that fulfillment. Keep on kissing. We got sexuality. Embrace your need for affection, sensuality, and expression of desire. Understanding your sexuality and self come hand in hand. It's inevitably part of the process on your journey of self-discovery. And part of that really is just knowing who you are, knowing what you like, knowing what you don't like, knowing what you want to be a part of, what you don't want to be a part of, like those things. Yes, this card does mean... Yes, this card is called sexuality, and it is talking about sexuality, but it's not... The meaning can also be applied to various other things. Same. The meaning can really be applied to various other things. Like, once you embrace your need for whatever it is, then you figure out, do you need it, or is this just a big want? Or, you know, something like that. And then you can go about, like, is this a trigger? Do I feel some type of way? Am I upset? Am I happy? How do, like, that kind of thing. Because then it gets into, obviously not everything has to be sexual, but, like, you got to know what you like and what you don't like about everything, regardless of what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah. Escape. Time out is good for the soul. Rediscover paradise in a long-forgotten hobby. It once relieved you of stress and pressure, so try reviving those moments of bliss. I win. No, for real, because... Sorry. That's exactly what I mean, though, because once you're able to get over these triggers, yes, they hurt. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that went into them happening. Yes, there's a lot of extra shit going on. I get that. I respect that. I'm not trying to be any type of anything towards you. I just mean this as there's always going to be difficult work to do, and it's always going to feel like it's more than we can handle. But when we actually take time for ourselves with this escape card, you take time out, you rejuvenate, you do something that you've always loved to do, and then you come back and you're stronger than ever. You know, you take time out, you do what you want to do for a while, you do something that you love doing forever, you do something that you haven't done in a while that you used to like doing, and then you come back better than ever. And that's honestly amazing, because you get to experience the feeling of, okay, I'm stressed, goes to do something that they like doing, and now comes back and they're like, like nothing ever happened before. Yeah, I'm gonna get the sweary affirmation really quick. Okay, exactly. Fuck yes, I can. As long as you feel like you can do it, you can do it. I'm so serious. If you believe that you can do it, you can do it. There have been scientific tests done about manifestation and how it the 333 fake it till you make it has been a thing forever. I mean, once you're running around in that energy, you're in that energy. Might as well make it stick. You know what I mean? But like, and the other thing about this too is no matter what we do, no matter how much we run around hoping things will change and not doing work, the only thing that will change is how frustrated we are. The only thing that will change is what we're willing to do. And by that point, we're getting pretty desperate. So that's why it's important to sit back, take some time for yourself, take some time out, and if you're not doing something that you like doing as a kid, if you're not doing something that you've always wanted to do, whatever, you can always just sit with yourself and figure out what the thing is that you need, what the thing is that you need to fix, that you need to work on, that you need to focus on, that you need to fill in the blank with. And with the obstacles coming up, like, and with the 9 of Wands, with everything growing out of the tree, the dead tree, there's always going to be, like, when one door closes, another door opens. There's always going to be another opportunity to take. Some opportunities will be better than others, and some opportunities will just be downright disrespectful to you. I mean, that's just what it is. But that's why your discernment and knowing who you are is so important, because once you do know who you are, you know what to accept from people. You know what to charge for yourself. You know what to demand from people. And that's not to say like you demand them to give you all their lunch money and all that stupid shit. I mean, like, you are demanding a certain amount of respect. You are demanding a certain amount of pay. You are demanding a certain amount of a certain level of expectations from people. And they can't be mad about that, because everybody demands a certain level of expectations. It depends on where you are and what you're actually willing to try to achieve, if that makes sense. Sometimes we're running around thinking like, oh, we're never going to get to where we want to be. Whole time, that thought right there is exactly why we're not going to get to where we want to be. You know, if you sit there telling yourself every day, if you write or if you draw something every day, and you rip that page out and you throw it away and you say, I'm never going to be good at this, I'm never going to be good, I'm never going to get paid for this, and you do that constantly, why would you be getting paid for it? If you can put yourself into that much detriment by yourself, why can't you make everything better for yourself? That's not to say that you're never going to get anywhere. That's to say that the universe is going to give you exactly what you're focusing on. And if all you're focusing on is how bad your drawings are or how bad your writing is, why would the universe ever let you, I mean, you can show whatever you want to people, but like, why would the universe ever let you get a big career out of it because you don't even believe in it? Why would your guides or the universe believe in it? The universe is just going off of what information you're giving it. What is the thing that you're focusing on the most? Is that what you want out of life or no? Would you rather have something else? Then focus on that. It's simple. It's okay, simple doesn't mean easy, but it's simple. There's a lot less things that go into this than we all try to make it. You know, we all expect everything to just be difficult and to just be this whole issue that we're never going to get over and we're never going to be able to solve these things. Whole time, all it takes is for us to step back and see that the person that we're talking to, or the person that we're living with, or the person that is our boss, or whatever, just will not get it. And that's, again, not a statement on you, because if they don't get it, they don't get it. You understand that there's a problem. You may not understand where that problem is immediately, but nobody will. Once you're in it, you're kind of blind to a lot of things. That's why once it gets to, you know, once your intuition says, or your discernment says, run, leave it, stop doing this, it's time. And it's not to scare you, it's not to make sure you have a problem, it's to get you out of this toxic situation. It's to get you out of this dangerous situation. It's to help you get to where you need to be. Which, of course, can always feel like it's more of a burden than it is help. And I get that. But we also can't just expect everything to be a terrible thing. We kind of have to expect some things to be good, and especially if we're being guided by our guides, shocker, especially if we're being guided by our guides, ancestors, the universe, God, whatever you want to name it, them, they're not gonna push you into a wall and laugh at you. They're not gonna trip you over a root, blindfold you, and then run away. Tee hee 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 hee. That's not what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, again, they're gonna guide you to whatever you want to actually have in life. If you want to be guided into a wall and have them laugh at you, they'll do that. They'll do that. But you also have to be willing to understand how much work you have to put in. All they're going to do is push you into the wall and laugh. What are you going to do after you get pushed into the wall? You going to stay there? You going to tell them to do it again? Or are you going to stand up and just be like, you know, I actually didn't like that. Yeah, I mean, we can't forget that no matter what we do, our actions will always speak for us. We can talk however much we want to talk. We can say whatever we want to say. But what are you doing about it? What are you actually doing? Are you putting work into help? Or are you actually just running around screaming, why isn't anything working? And then all of a sudden it's this whole big thing about, I don't even know what. Excuse me. Bird for confirmation, though. And with the Four of Cups as well, like, if you're tired, if you need to take a nap, if you need to rest, if you need to take a day and not do what you were supposed to do today, do that. Same. If you need to, you know, if you need to call off of work today and there's no way that you'll be a good worker today. That was always my characteristics of when I needed to call off. If I don't feel like I'm going to be able to be a good worker today, I'm not showing up to work. And no amount of you telling me and guilt tripping me over the phone that I need to be there is going to make me come into work. If I'm not going to be able to give you a good job today at work, I'm not showing up. Oh well. But like, and it's crazy how jobs just don't appreciate that. It's like, I understand that now you'll be down a person, but like the majority of my jobs were like ridiculously overstaffed anyway. I was working in other jobs before the pandemic. Now I work with my dad, so it's me and him. So we're not overstaffed or really even understaffed, honestly. But I mean, if I need to call off, I just call off. But that's the other thing though too. With him, I don't have that, I don't want to go to work today. Like, I don't want to deal with some stuff, but it's not, I don't want to go to work today. I don't hate my job. I don't hate my life. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's possible. If you would have told me that it was possible 4 years ago, I would have laughed in your fucking face. But now I'm actually experiencing these things and I'm like, oh shit, that is possible. It was possible. I needed to just keep believing that I could. And I did. There were some things that I should have kept going with. There were some things that I wish didn't start in the first place, of course. But no matter what, I know that if I believe that I can do it, I can do it. If I believe and put my work into it and make sure that I'm getting what I want out of it, Spirit is going to make that happen for me. The universe is going to make sure that that abundance is lined up right for me the second I am ready to take it. It's probably already lined up for me. I just got to get to where I need to get to first. And that's the same thing with you. You just got to get there first. You just got to get to that point that you know is the point that you've been looking for. And again, it's this moment of, you're never going to have the right time to do something. You're never going to have that exact moment to it's never going to be like, oh my God, light bulb moment, and I need to do this right now. Like, this is the perfect time. Like, that's never going to happen. You have to be the one in charge of when the time feels right and just kind of do it. You just got to do it. Stay authentic and stay grounded. Use your discernment. Make sure that you're doing good. Make sure that you're doing good for everybody, for yourself and for other people. And with that, I bid y'all adieu. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. I do thank you all for watching it this far. If you guys stayed, please like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what does not. But yeah. As always, it is free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Again, if you would like to tip me today, please go ahead and send that money. Join me in donating to charities of your whatever of your choice. Just make sure that the money is going exactly where you want it to go. Again, I do have my readings up. It's at NimbusThePoet.com. If you guys would like to book one-on-ones, I am donating a portion of that as well. So, yes. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I thank your guides and my guides for being here, keeping us safe, giving us the correct messages, and everything. So, yes. Thank y'all for being here. I will catch y'all in the next one. Be safe and have the day that y'all deserve. Peace.